Like we're live. Hey, we got the got an Amazon delivery in here, and we got some KLEIN tools to show you guys. So let's see what we got. So first up, this magnetizer here. I've heard a lot of things. Everyone says you need to buy this magnetizer, and that I don't know what I'm talking about because this thing here should already be magnetic. If you missed this stream last time, you can go back and watch it. But in short, pretty much this tool here does not transfer the magnet up here. And a lot of people told me just buy a magnetizer. They don't work as good as a lot of the DeWalt's and things like that. So this here, this has a really good magnet on it. You can see. You can see here, we can pick that up and we can shake it around. So we're going to test the magneticness of this. Also, we got a new pair of needle nose pliers. I've had the ones with the holes in them before, but I've never owned this style in my life. So I'm excited to have them because the hole really just got in the way. You don't need a multiplier. If you do have a multiplier, then you don't need needle nose. But the multiplier you need to have needs to be good enough to actually make joints and stuff and strip wire. The needle nose you need needs to be good enough to actually manipulate the wire like needle nose should. And it's that simple. A multiplier can't do everything. And you're better off just grabbing the right tool for the job. This is the right tool for the job. Let's see what else we got in here. Let's check out the chat. All right. So we bought a couple of things here. I've never owned any of these before, and we're going to try these out. I'm pretty sure this is coffee. Yeah, this is coffee. So if you don't have an espresso, you're missing out. We got a KLEIN tool belt here with the quick release. And we also got a minimalist style pouch, and we're going to see what we can fit in this. Pretty excited to try that out. Now, everybody knows that electricians use their KLEIN's linesmen, side cutters, whatever you want to call them. They use them as a hammer, and that's absolutely true. If you do a lot of residential, or you're just where you need a hammer, like I said, the right tool for the job. So in this case, you're better off actually getting a hammer. Now this hammer is different because the claw style is nothing like I've ever seen before, and we're going to check that out here in a second. The claws are designed to remove staples. They showed the white insulated staples. You know which ones I'm talking about. No professional uses the white staples. I'm sure you do, but they're expensive. Almost everybody, if you're doing a lot of the same type of work, you buy the cheaper style. This is what you use. So we're going to hammer these down with some Romex and see if this thing's a gimmick or not. And this might be coffee again. I think this is coffee. Yeah, it's coffee. Nice. You can never have too much coffee. Some honorable mentions that I've already owned but are absolutely necessary to have is a good pair of Allen wrenches, because you can loosen your hole saws, your set screws, things like that. And you never know what type of fixture. You might get a weird fixture that needs Allen wrenches and stuff. How's it going, Tool Nerd? What's up, Jose? Happy New Year. We're gonna try this out in a second. Let's get this open and see what we can fit in this. So I'm a huge fan of a minimalist style. Unfortunately, this does not have a quick snap, but that's okay. I knew that when I bought it. We're going for what can we fit in this, and you know, is it actually a good option, because it's fairly lightweight. It doesn't have any bells or whistles other than it just holds what you need. It looks like it's going to hold everything that you would want if you were walking around. So first things first, we got to get a pair of Kleins in here. We got to get a 10-in-1, and we need some strippers and a razor knife. Anything other than that is probably icing on the cake, but let's just see what we can get in here. The more that, you know, obviously the better. No. So I got this contraption set up here so you guys can actually get a better view. It's fancy. It's got a little spring to it. They come pre-broken in. That is, not often do you find pliers that are broken in from KLEIN. That's nice. The break-in period is minimal compared to the quality you get. I saw that on another review. They're saying, you know, the Knipex versus the KLEIN. This is my take on KLEIN. KLEIN is very purposeful when they make something. This thing is, in my opinion, designed to hammer. It's got the best of both worlds. It's got the proper size jaw. It's got the hatched etching, so you're going to get the most grip. I'm more used to KLEIN. They've got the, if you are doing hot work, don't do hot work with these, but they stop your hand from slipping up. And they're just good pliers. You cannot go wrong with these. Sure, the Knipex are great. I've always rocked KLEIN. This is where you say, don't beat the man off the pole. So right there, there's the man on the pole. And you're going to see that's your pivot right there. So if you are going to beat with a pair of KLEINs, you turn them around. Is that double pivoting? No, it's not. This moves. Yeah. So this moves when this moves. And I can show you with a drill bit here. We'll just mark it. There's the line there. You can see that line stays still. It doesn't break. So this is all one piece. You can safely beat on these on this side. If you beat on this side, that's your pivoting, and you're going to lock these up. So just know what you can and can't do with your KLEINs. Same thing goes with these. Can't beat on this side. You can beat on this side. And interestingly enough, if you have the series with the fish tape puller here and the crimper, the man on the pole is actually opposite on those, and you can't beat on this side, and you can beat on this side. So just a fun fact there. All right, so let's find some strippers in this. Here we go. So we got some strippers. We're going to go with a large razor knife for now. I've got a smaller one. I really like this one because you simply squeeze here. Pops the blade out. And you can change the blades like this. You pop this blade out. Hit that right there and squeeze again. And you got another blade. That's your, that's where the blades go. There's the spring. Pretty simple design. I like how much real estate you get. If you're stripping large wire, you get a lot of force right there. It's grippy all around. All in all, it's just a good knife to have. I like having a lot of grip to hold on a knife. Some of these knives are just too small. The quick folding ones, you know the style. Feel like they're going to come apart in your hand. This thing's solid. So hopefully we can fit this in here. This is a large knife. This is the biggest knife that I own. So these are the multipliers. I own 2 of these. That's how much I like them. They got the bolt cutter in there, so you can cut your 8/32 or your 6/32. If you get backsplash, and then you got some wood material, you're installing a spark guard, and you got long screws, and sometimes the screws will go so far back in the box for example, here, that they'll actually start making contact with parts that you don't want to make contact with, so the screw is too long. You can cut these just like you can with these, and it'll maintain the thread integrity to where you can still just go right back and screw these in. You have videos on Facebook. I do. If I do, they're not me, because I don't do Facebook. I only do YouTube, because with my public figure and all, I only want YouTube. So yeah, let's load this thing up. We got the belt for it too. We'll check that out in a second. That seems to fit really nice. Let me back this up a little bit. Okay, it's not coming out. That's good though. This should be smaller. This one's probably smaller. This should be a little bit bigger here. Maybe it's not. This one's bigger. We need one more bigger pouch for this to be good. And there it is there. There's the bigger pouch. Can we put this here or not? And this isn't broken in yet. That's what we needed. So now we got that more or less form fitted. The strippers go there. They don't really fit very good, do they? Does that get any bigger? That is a little bit better. Kind of canted off to the side. We know the needle nose will fit. And nicely at that. It's another reason why I like these bump outs. If you buy a professionally made bag for professionals, they have these things sized properly for the journeyman size, where they lock in really nice because of those bump outs. If you have something without the bump outs that's not, well, that's just a big tool. But you get the point. It just slides around. All right, so we got our multi-tool. Definitely. We got our strippers. You could even go with a 10-in-1 here. 10-in-1 fits nicely there. Go with the 10-in-1. We'll go with the KLEINs. You got a spot for tape. Man, I really wish there was a bigger pocket here. We really needed another bigger pocket for this to be like amazing. I give it a 3.5, 4 out of 5, something like that. It's good for minimalistic. That's about it. I do like it though. 10-in-1 and KLEINs is mainly what you rock. You really don't need strippers. If you're just running around in between your helpers, this is more or less all you need, and you've got storage for other things. Hot stick, knife. The knife, no, we're gonna need a smaller knife. Let me grab a smaller knife. Okay, knife fits. Okay, the KLEINs fit fairly nicely, and then you've got a spot for a screwdriver almost anywhere. The thing with these KLEINs is it's really nice to get. Yeah, the pouch is nice. The pouch is nice. I want to be able to get that grab around here for this to be absolutely solid. We're still trying to figure it out. I want this. This is what I want more than anything. And if you're an electrician, you'll know what I'm talking about. That is sweet. We need that. I think it's right here. Please be here. Oh, yeah. It's going to do it. Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay, now can we cram a pair of Kleins beside it? You know, it's not half bad because you don't have to have a knife. You could have a knife on your belt. This thing's more of a 4.5 to 5 now. The 3.5 is gone. I like it a lot. And then if you're doing trim or something, you're going to need a longer trim screwdriver. These things are all open in the bottom. So you don't have to worry about a longer screwdriver sticking out of this thing. You can... Oh man, look at that. It fits the standard. So there's different sizes of these with Klein. They got the Super Mumbo Jumbo. They've got the slightly larger. This is actually larger. I don't know if you can see that, but this is actually bigger. So if we can force it in there, let's see. It's all about training these pouches what to do, because they will somewhat have a memory. I think if we worked on it, we could probably get that in there. For the sake of time, I'm not going to force this on here on stream. But I think that might do it. We know it goes here nice. So it's got a lot of options. I like it. This is the belt. I've got a lot of the tough belt stuff. Sometimes it's just nice having the right tool for the job. It's nice to have 100 different options on one tool. What's up, everyone? What's up, Joshua? It's nice to have 100 different options on one tool, but realistically, time is money. And you don't want to get yourself in a bind, so it's good to have this in your tool bag, but not necessarily on your tool pouch, if that makes sense. I found out the hard way whenever I first started in this trade. I used to walk around with every different nut setter, and I didn't want to use any nut drivers. I still don't have any hollow shank nut drivers. The only hollow shank nut drivers that I've ever owned has been a 1/2 inch for meter bases and a 7/16. I've actually never, since 2006, 2007, doing this trade, I've never bought a hollow shank 1/4, 5/16, 3/8. Yeah, I even skipped the 9/16. I always used a socket, and then later this thing came out. This thing for your drill, which is hollow, and this is a lifesaver. That's impact rated, fantastic, absolute must have. But yeah, right tool for the right job. That's why I like this Klein slide drive so much. You've got 1/4 inch right there. Let me see if I can adjust this camera. And then you pop that down or up, and you go straight to 5/16. And then you got your 10-in-1 stuff, 3/8 there. It's all you really need. This thing, the Christmas tree looking thing the Klein has, it stacks all the nut drivers. It's cool and all. I'm not going to be using that as an EDC. When you're working and you're turning tools and getting everything done, you're reaching in your pouch, you're grabbing the next tool, and you're after it. This would never be on this type of tool pouch. Just wouldn't. Let's see this hammer. I modified this Milwaukee case. I knew I liked it because it was clear. And I use needle nose to get these out, but I figured something out. If you twist this case like this, you can actually pop these out fairly easy. So just give this case a twist, and these get loose pretty easily. Whatever. Hammer time. Yeah, look at this claw design. Klein has 2 hammers. They have the hammer that looks like everyone else's hammer, and then they have this thing. And I figured we'd try it out. So it's got this double claw for staples. And we're going to try that out right now. Also, look how thin profile that is so you can get into tight spots. And yeah, it's definitely a smaller head strike. Phone. Definitely a smaller head strike than my go-to as far as DeWalt is concerned. This is a nice hammer too. I wanna see what that's about right there. If we got time, we might explain to you about isolated grounds, or it might be in another video. Let me know what you guys want. And then we got to show you this magnet thing. See what the overhang is. Okay. Always make sure you bang on the right side. I want them tight. I want them almost too tight because I want to test this hammer out. We're going to kill him purposely. All right, so we know the Klein's work. Let's see what the hammer's got. Better with the Klein's. And that's just it. That's why we prefer Klein's, because when you're banging sideways on a stud like this, and the other stud is right here, you're kind of knocking the back of this stud, so you don't get a whole lot of run up. You don't really get a whole lot of accuracy. So you get a wider hammer base than you've ever gotten on a pair of Klein's, where you can just finish that off really easily. That's why Klein's are preferred. Someone sent me a $2 super chat. Thank you. I'm trying to go back and look. Let me catch up with the chat. Thank you, Shaka Gillis, for the $2 super chat. Just got the DeWalt 8-gallon shop vac. Let's see here. Nice. You gotta let me know how it is. Okay. What we need this to do, we need this to straddle the Romex without jacking it up and tearing it up. We need to get these claws underneath this staple, which it looks like it's actually going to fit. And, yeah, obvious stuff. Look, I'm going to show you why you don't need this tool right now. And it's a simple pair of diagonal cutters. That's what we're going to call them here on YouTube. I get the angled for this reason. It makes an automatic fulcrum, so you have a spot to pry. If you've got a flat tool here, you're already at a disadvantage because you have to go down. So I'm hitting this table to get pressure on that. This already has a fulcrum, so sometimes, you know, if you don't have one, you can make one with another tool, and you can get in there and put this underneath and pry up with it. That's what your beating screwdriver is for, which is right here. My beater has a conduit reamer built on it. It's hex shanked. Conduit reamer goes there, beater goes there. I've been beating on this for 10 plus years and solid as ever. So what you would do, without bumping the camera, you would just come in here. We're actually going to hammer the heck out of this just to show you. Alright, that's way too much. You come in here, not even touching the Romex. You can just start pulling up. pull that whole staple out very easily. So I was kind of reluctant to buy this hammer, but some people, you're banging boxes, you're banging blue boxes, you got to have a hammer. So why would you want to carry a pair of diagonal cutters with you? Diagonal cutters with you when you're trying to bang boxes. So it's all about the right tool for the job and what you're going to have on you. These multi tools just aren't practical. They're really not. They're nice to have in your tool bag so you're never caught without that tool on the job site. But to carry it around, by the time you flip everything around, it's just not good. All right, with exception to the 10-in-1, 11-in-1, 12-in-1, 13-in-1, things like that. That's a little bit different because all those nest into each other and you're not there holding a whole bunch of different bits. Okay. So we need to get this closer for you. Aim it down. Oh, it actually works pretty good. Oh, it works really good. That gives me an idea. You could probably simplify this with any pry bar and get a grinder and make this and have something like 3 inches long in your tool pouch with a lanyard hook. That almost worked too good to be true because you could make something really cool this pocket size because that's all you need right there. I will say it works good. What does it do with just one? So we don't want to damage this wire. We pounded the crap out of it. Can we get it at an angle? And we can. That's a fantastic design. It's on a hammer. It's fiberglass, which makes electricians feel safer. It really doesn't make a difference. Let's see how much it weighs, because I'm sure that's going to be one of the questions. And we'll compare it with the DeWalt. One pound, 14.4 ounces. And the DeWalt, hang on, it wasn't 0. I'm touching it, but it's not wanting to balance. 1 pound, 8.9. So it's that much longer. It's got the curve. It's got the lanyard hook. It'd be smooth for if you're going to stick it in your stick it in the slot of your hammer holder or whatever. This one's steel up here, so this is what's going to be rubbing and making noise. Probably hitting there too. It's nice. I like the edges on it too, nice and straight. It's a really pretty design. And of course it's KLEIN, so they pride themselves in pretty much everything they make. All right, this is what we've been waiting for. This is the magnetizer. I can, with confidence, say I've never owned a magnetizer or tried to use one. I've used holding screwdrivers. I've used my level as a magnet. So I've used my level, magnetized my bit temporarily, and got the job done. Never tried one of these. I think that they're gimmicky. Everybody that's an instant expert online tells me that they work really good. So we are going to try it out. First, we got to establish this not being magnetized. And because there's very minimal metal showing, this will probably be a pretty good test to see if we can magnetize this tip. If this fits in there, we'll try to magnetize this whole screwdriver. And then this is the big one here. So this screwdriver, this is what set this whole thing off. This screwdriver here is really cool. It takes apart and it goes in your drills, impacts, whatever you got. But they failed on one thing because they even say this thing's a 1/2 inch driver. Like, When you do that, it's just the biggest reach, man. It's really cringy. But yeah, that's their words, not mine. They featured this as a tool. Anyway, one of these, it's not this one. It's this one. There's a magnet in there. And you'll see it's going to suck in that bit. Oh, you weren't on camera, darn it. You'll see it's going to suck in that bit. So there's a magnet in there. The biggest thing, you can't even pick up a staple with it. Almost. We can almost pick up a staple with it. How weak is that? So this thing's literally touching a magnet. And it can't transfer the magnet to it. Someone wanted me to try another tip on it, so I will. We're going to get we'll get one of these. We know the Flex does not transfer magnets well. These Makitas do, and this DeWalt does. So we're going to get these two here. Okay. Is it any better? It might be worse. Oh, you see, I'm telling you, man, Makita is so good. So you got a KLEIN versus the DeWalt. You pull out the Makita tip, instantly better. Not acceptable as far as I'm concerned, but at least there's something there. Like it'll help you. It'll help you more than your average thing. So this is actually really good to know. Makita for the win on the tips. So let's bring this back over here. Let's bring this back. Here's a Milwaukee. We get well, let's make sure this staple's not magnetized. No, it's not. Okay. Here comes the Milwaukee. Milwaukee won't even do it. But then you go back to the Makita. And it picks it right up. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, we got one more bit, and then we'll go to the next thing. Because these are new to the market, and I really like them. I've been using them pretty often. Not enough to absolutely torture test them and tell you if they're great or not. But they are interesting, and they are the spiders. So we're going to pop that out. Let's see if they are magnet. Oh, hey, that might even be better than Makita. For that reason alone, the spider is really good. Now, let me show you the difference of this, which is not in here. Hang on. It was in here. Okay, moving on. We'll go back to that once I find the bit. We are moving on. Let's get this out and see if we can magnetize this KLEIN. Maybe it comes with a key ring. That's pretty clever. Advertise it on the side of your bag. Before we do that, there's one more thing that we need to do. We need to magnetize this with a level. We're not even going to use a new style level with the flat, straight magnets. We're just going to use the round magnets. Let's see what we got. Look at that. More magnetism than the thing with a magnet absolutely attached to it. And let's see if we can get this off of here. Oh, we could use a demagnetizer, couldn't we? Demagnetize. You just put that in there and is it done? Demagnetize. We might have to read the instructions. We are going to read the instructions unless somebody in the chat knows how to operate this thing. Let me catch up with the chat. Joshua Wilson with the Happy New Year $10 super chat. Thank you, sir. Was that a Savage level? Yes. Yes, and then they made it for KLEIN. And it lights up. So it's great for blind people. I had the blue one, the original blue one. Then they went to this, and then they discovered it was too good. So they stopped making it, and I guess KLEIN said, hey, we only want you making levels for us. Whatever. I've had this since 2012, I think. Something like that. Good level. Bubble. Ooh, I just rolled the bubble. Bubble does roll, apparently. But what level doesn't at this point? Good product. Good luck finding it. All right. Chat. Keeps disappearing on me. Is that how we open boxes? That's how I open boxes usually. We okay, so you just do that and then you pull it out. And then you flip it to demagnetize. And you do the same thing. So in and out. Let's try something that's not magnetized. Let's go with this. Okay. So we're on magnetize. We're going to go in. That says demagnetize. Haha. Oh, I see. I actually see now. This hole here is strictly for magnetism. I couldn't read that. Let's see it now. Up here is magnetized. This is demagnetized. So up here, magnetize. Nice. Works pretty good. It works pretty good. Can we demagnetize it? That actually works pretty good. I have to look up how much it was. I do not remember. But you can't argue with those results. So let's see if we can magnetize this and make it a little bit better. If we could find the other pieces to it. Because it doesn't look like a screwdriver. There it is. Okay. I'll show you another level, Joshua Wilson, that I got recently. That is really cool. I'll have to get it here in a second. All right. Is this going to fit? So, no. But is it? Is it magnetized? Let's see. Okay. I mean, you can't argue with those results. So we got our... So the bit we just pulled out is still magnetized. Kind of. And this bit was not magnetized yet. So let's put it in there. That actually works really good. Does it work better than my level trick? I don't think so. What do you guys think? There's a bit holder that you guys need to see. I need to go grab it though. What's the magnet thing's name? The magnet thing's name is the KLEIN Tools Magnetizer. And it works good. I just don't know if it's necessary, because there's a trick you can do with your level. You can see this is not magnetic. And now it is. Oh, come on. And now it is. Is it more magnetic if you do this? Probably. Mag 2. Okay, thank you, whoever said that. Oh, I see. I see right there. Yes, correct. Thank you. Mag 2. Okay, this by far is the best, in my opinion. I've scoured the earth for the best one of these. I've tried just about all of them. Please leave in the comments below if you know of one that's better. This thing here pivots, so if you're installing a ceiling fan and you're using something really gentle like this gyro screwdriver that turns different ways based on how you turn your tool, and if you super glued and screwed in a bit holder and took apart a knife and super glued one, good for you. But if you didn't, I would say you're missing out. But this bit holder is so magnetic. This thing's ridiculous. So we're going to grab the least magnetic bit that we know of, which was actually this. Is this still magnetic? It is. We might need to find one that's not magnetic anymore. This one. That'll work. And it's done. Like, I can pick up all this stuff. Probably all of it. Almost all of it. We can probably pick up more. I don't think any of this stuff was magnetized before. I mean, look at that, right through the push penny. So we can hold it all though if we wanted to. Get on here. Get in, loser. You get the point. It's really good. It's really hard to beat this. And when you get up to a ceiling fan, you're installing those last 4 trim screws on your ceiling fan all the way up against the ceiling. I promise you, you will thank me. It's almost like cheat codes. It's that good. We got a couple of things from Lowe's. I picked this up. Has anyone seen this before? This is the Tough Built. I've always preferred a 16. As an electrician, 10-foot pipe. You do an outside job, go grab your 25. These things are more than $1 a foot now for a 16. So things are getting up in price. I've always used a 16. I'd recommend you do the same. I almost always break these when opening them up though. So we're going to be nice to this one, I suppose. They install the crap out of them, man. Like, they're just almost impossible to get. There. All right. Okay. It's got to stop there. Thinking about trying the 25. Someone just said that tape. Okay. Just got that tape 16. Someone said 25 survived a big drop unfazed. Yeah, I believe it actually. Think about trying the 25. Okay. Let's do this. I'm going to set this up here. Well, let's finish talking about it real quick because there's some things that I noticed. It's got that stop there. I've seen a lot of these tapes. I think the stud actually has it. It's exposed and your finger's down there against the tape. This has a little button. That's pretty cool. Clip seems like it's good. It's got that double bump. See it right there? This thing is super magnetic, which is good for electricians. Bad for welders and things. Because you get all those metal flakes, and there's nothing worse than a metal splinter. This thing's like super, super magnetic. Oh, we could probably pick up this hammer. This is my favorite thing to do. So when you drop the tool and you're on the ladder, hell no, we're not going to get off that ladder. We're going to use our fishing tool. That's what this thing is for. This is the only reason. Or if you're like me and you don't have a magnet on yours because you're using a Fat Max, what you do is you get some electrical tape and you tie it to your level like this, and then you go fishing so you don't have to get off that damn ladder. Let's do the test. Oh, yeah. All right. It's an electrician win right there because... Can we bang against the table? Oh, that's great. Come on, fall. We are seriously hitting this thing hard. There we go. Can we pick up the hammer? And we're using this button here, by the way, for this hammer. So let's test the strength of the button. We got to get it balanced. That's the trick. Okay, it's actually too heavy. It can't pick it up. Unless... Oh, damn, it can pick it up. Oh, yeah, that's... Uh-oh. Can we bang it against the... Yes! That's great, man. This is great for electricians. This is electrician approved by me. It's got that concave. You can look down at... There's two rules about a tape measure, okay? One is it's never allowed to make this noise. Let me find a tape measure that we don't care about. I don't even... Here it is. We do not care about this tape measure. It's useful, but we don't care about it. Okay. Always been a tape measure this way. If I have a helper and I hear this noise on my tape measure, I'm going to saw the legs off your ladder while you're standing on it. If anyone ever bends my tape measure down, dude, it's on. It's on. It's that simple. All right. Sandow test. I did it in the store. That's why I bought this. It's got the fractional increments there and on the back side. Did you see how I turned that around without making that noise? You simply just carefully, just give it a little twist like this. And then you can turn the tape measure upside down. You don't have to... If I straighten this out, it's going to make the noise because it's straightening out. But you can rotate this without destroying your tape measure. All right, that's all I got about that. That's 8 feet right there. That's 9 feet right there. And it's like solid. Very decent. Very decent. Pretty happy about it. Now, if you go to Lowe's, this set right here is $6. This set's 14, I think. I'm really interested in this case. Just like in this case, because it's clear and customizable. We're going to see what we can get done with this case. This is 12. This is 5. And that's probably a really good value. I do like the Bosch bits. They seem to hold up really good. We could actually check if they're magnetic real quick for you guys. Because we're fixing to get out of here. So here we go. We got a brand new Bosch bit. We have a never before touched staple that has not been magnetized in this crazy video. And we have the KLEIN. It's not magnet here. Well, it is back there, but that's because there's a magnet on it. But you get the point. Let's see, does it transfer? Actually, pretty decently. Is that still magnetic? Let's see. Yeah, they're all still magnetic. Darn it. This one's not. It is. Is it still a magnet? Gotta demagnetize it. Gotta demagnetize it. Okay, cool. Okay, so now we can remagnetize it and see. It drops. Get the Bosch. Without magnetizing it, we haven't touched this to this tool yet. The Bosch is more magnetic than everything possibly except for the Makita. This was good too. These are all about the same as far as a bit that's going to transfer your magnetic power. There you go. That's all I got for the video. I appreciate all of the support, all of the super chats. Before we go, let me check out with the chat, make sure I didn't miss anything. I like that tape because it's printed on both sides and has the cheetah marks on the blade. Yeah. What's the reach? Okay, 9. Then good. Hang on. This thing disappears on me sometimes. I wonder why concrete bit cases aren't a thing with any of the big brands. Yeah. Who would make one? Bosch and probably mainly just Bosch. Bosch has some every once in a while. Flex has a concrete bit case as well. I don't have it. But yeah, that's all we got time for today. Let me know what you guys think. I think this thing's pretty cool. You know what? Before we go, we never checked out the belt. Time will tell. It's hard to know with things that look like pot metal. But the quick snap is nice. What I do know 100% is the KLEIN ones that are plastic, no matter what kind of plastic they use, they usually break right there eventually. So the metal is nice. Looks like a pretty simple design, not very much moving there. Nice spring action there. Belt's nice and thick. The belt is 2 inches. And looks like it's made of Cordura. So, there you go. Okay, now we're done for real. Appreciate all the support. You guys have a good one.